Hey guys, thanks for joining me again, and today we're going to be talking about the BOOMco Halo submachine gun. It is everything that the SMG in any of the Halo games is not. Y'all might have heard of Halo, I'm not sure, but in Halo it is a bullet hose. I think you have about 60 rounds, maybe 40 rounds, and you just hose them out. It's not very accurate. You can dual wield them, and it gets the job done. This one, however, isn't that. So what it is another of the kind of the standard BOOMco. It takes the clip, it feeds from the top, gravity fed, spring powered, single shot blaster. Ignoring that, it's still, I mean, that's not the problem with it. It's just that it's not a very comfortable blaster. I'm just going to go ahead and really say what I don't like about it. Kind of like the Covenant Carbine. This one has a like thumb hole style stock, and like the sad part is like this is I feel like this is avoidable in that, like, in the game it's not like, I mean, you could like this when you're dual wielding, you tend to hold them like this, but this stock tends to be extendable just in case you did want to shoulder it. It's not, which is strange. You do have this sight, which is not, I mean, obviously not a very great one, but it folds down, and that's the only articulated bit on this blaster. I don't know many people who are really worried about the sights sticking up. You have this foregrip, which could be cool if it maybe folded down, or maybe if it was a pump grip. And you might be noticing that I'm wobbling it. It doesn't fold. It literally just sits there. It's a not very sturdy foregrip. That's, when you're priming back here, it's completely useless as far as I'm concerned. And I did do that right, or I did gesture right. The priming handle is this right here, and I think that's kind of a strange choice. It still has the same feeding style that I really like, just the top down, dropping a clip in and going. It has a very open barrel, so there's no barrel drag, and the clips eject from the bottom when they're done. So that being said, with those features, I like that, but you know, it's the shell that really I'm getting hung up on. There's dart storage here in the stock. You can hold 6 more of the BOOMco darts. The BOOMco darts, if you're unfamiliar, they feel like straws, like plastic straws you get at McDonald's, and they put a kind of a tactile rubberized head on them. They're really interesting straws. They're actually really tough to destroy. I saw somebody do this. You can literally bend it in half, and like, it reforms just fine. Like, I mean, yeah, there's going to be a little crimp there, but it'll still fire just fine. So yeah, there's that, and it can take the 6s, it can take the 8s. I imagine you could drop the 10s if they have them. The 20s, however, since they're much longer magazines, and when you do that, it actuates and allows this to slide down one tooth. The clips in the back have these teeth, or holes for teeth to go into. When it opens that, however, the weight of the magazine / clip makes it slide too much, and therefore it won't really work that well. I guess we can take this to the range. I mean, it's very similar to the other blasters, but we'll run with it. So, whoop, here we are, and let's just get into it, huh? Alright, so that one is done. You can either pull the clip out from the bottom. There are other ways to do this, but just in case you haven't seen my other videos, I'll demonstrate with the next one. Alright, so now that we're empty, we can just keep the mag in there, and you can just drop one right on top. And when you actuate the slide, well, it's holding on to it now, but you can just drop it out. So the performance isn't terrible. It's about on par with most BOOMco blasters, which tends to be mostly on par with Elite blasters. It just really isn't a comfortable blaster. I guess some details to keep an eye out for is that if this is primed and there's no clip in it, you cannot drop the plunger, and I don't like leaving a blaster primed like that. After it is actuated, you can't just push the clip out like that if you needed to. Also, if you I don't think I mentioned this in the other videos. If you lose the one that you get with the blaster, you're screwed. Because this has no chamber. I mean, this is basically just a hole that this basically acts as the chamber. This acts as the magazine, the clip, and the chamber, which is frustrating as a gun guy. It's frustrating to say the word clip and magazine kind of interchangeably, but because it holds, like for instance in a Garand, the M-Block style clip loads the internal magazine, right? Because the clips load magazines. But this doesn't really have a magazine, nor can this be used without a clip. Therefore, it's kind of making them a little bit of both. And since the chamber is where a bullet, dart, whatever, a projectile will get loaded into the barrel, since there's no barrel, this is the barrel. So, props on them for really like confusing me, or forcing me to think about it just a little bit more. But yeah, that's the Halo UNSC submachine gun blaster, air blaster. It is, I mean, the shell's spot on. It looks just like it. You know, sans the giant hole in the top, and the fact that it doesn't extend outwards. I can't, performance-wise, it's okay. It's pretty on par with everything else. It's not a comfortable blaster. Like with the Covenant carbine, at least like the edges were smooth, so even the thumb hole stock, you know, you at least were, you could use it somewhat comfortably. I mean, as long as your hand fit into it. My hand fits this just fine, but the angle in which the pad of my hand here bumps up against that, it makes it very hard to hold the blaster straight. Like for instance, when you're holding a pistol or anything like that, you kind of want it to be in line with your arm. I'll actually show this with one of the pistols that I'm about to record. But when you hold the blaster, you want it... Give me your money. You want it to be like a single line through here. I don't think I'm catching this on camera. No, I'm not. You want it to be a straight line, therefore it's natural to point. With this, you might notice that there's an angle here where I'm working against it because of this stock. It's almost like the stock is going to make me less accurate as a result. So it's not super fieldable. It has no convenient sling mounts. You could literally loop one through here or the trigger guard, but that's if you're desperate, and I'm not that desperate. I have plenty of other blasters I can use. So cosplay, yes. Display, yes. Performance, no. But that's my review on the BOOMco Halo UNSC SMG BLT sandwich. This is not a great sandwich. Either way, if you like what I'm doing here, please like and subscribe and or share one of my videos. If you want to follow me on social media, I'll leave it down in the description down below. If you want to check out my channel, there should be a couple other videos here and a link to my channel somewhere. I've just learned how to do that, so it'll be somewhere on the screen. Make it easy for you. If you want to hear me talk a little bit longer than 10 minutes, my brother and I did just start a podcast. We now have 2 whole episodes. We are available on iTunes and Google Play. We do have a direct link to our RSS feed, so that'll be in the description down below. Once I figure out how to actually put it on the screen, that'll make it easier. But it's just us chatting. I mean, it's kind of essentially that. Thank you for the continued support, and thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.